Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I had some time this afternoon, so I thought I would come here and maybe do a quick meditation and share that with everybody. I will preface that I'm not in a soundproof space right now, so you may hear some noises. I'm hoping that the audio comes out okay, but I'm in New Paltz, and so you'll hear Main Street. So people who are local are used to the sounds of Main Street, but a fire truck just went by a couple minutes ago, so it might get a little bit loud, but we're going to do the best that we can. And I thought that maybe this would be helpful for you, even if it's not perfect. And that's going to be my new mantra moving forward. I just came up with it. Helpful, even if it's not perfect. So, if you want to join with us and you need to get yourself into a situation where you have some quiet or into a nice seated position, you can always hit pause and I'll wait. But when you come back, we're going to just come together and take an easy seat. And so, really whatever is comfortable for you. People often ask me, should I sit a certain way? Do I have to sit on the floor? Do I have to sit cross-legged? And really, I just personally believe that you should sit in the way that's comfortable for you, because then you're more likely to do it. And if it is uncomfortable or it doesn't feel like it works for your body, then you're going to be less likely to pursue this as a practice. I'm going to let the sirens go by for a sec. There we go. So really just whatever works better for you. So I'm right now, you can't see me, but I'm sitting cross-legged on the floor, and I have my hands just kind of sitting gently on my knees. You want to have a straight back, kind of stack your head on top of your spine, have a straight spine all the way down to your sits bones, which is your tailbone area, which is firmly on the floor. And just, you don't want to necessarily tighten up or be rigid, but you just want to have a nice straight back. And the first thing I always do when I get in this position is relax my shoulders. I have a tendency to carry all of my stress in my neck and my jaw and my shoulders, and so a lot of times I'll be all scrunched up. So just you want to drop your shoulders, maybe just roll them back a couple times like this, and that helps release all those muscles. Feel your shoulder blades kind of just gently slide down your back. And then to start, really what you want to do is just bring attention to your breath. That is the very first starting point for this type of meditation, is to just pay attention to where you feel the breath coming into your body. So it can be at the point where you feel the coolness of the air on the tip of your nose. It can be a sensation within the nostrils themselves. For some people, they feel it more in their lungs. Sometimes if you're having a hard time, it might be helpful to kind of feel where you're in other places of your body. You can feel the breath. So if you feel your clothes maybe shifting a little bit or rubbing against your skin on the inhale or the exhale, just kind of paying attention to that. So just take a couple deep breaths. You don't have to control the breath to pay attention to it, although a lot of people sometimes will start to. You just want to feel it. You just want to let it be. And for some people, this is sufficient. This is all that meditation is, and it's all that it needs to be to feel some relief. And even in myself right now, I can feel the tension kind of leaving my body. I feel very grounded. And I had mentioned yesterday that for mindfulness meditation, it's not about emptying the mind, which frequently isn't going to work for a lot of people, but just becoming aware of the thoughts that you're having. I heard a really wonderful analogy once by Jon Kabat-Zinn, who's a meditator who created mindfulness-based stress reduction meditation, and he describes mindfulness, there's more sirens, he describes mindfulness as a bright blue, clear sky, and our thoughts are birds or clouds drifting across that blue sky. And so mindfulness is really just saying, oh, there's a cloud. there's a bird, and not attaching any meaning or judgment to it, not feeling frustrated by the fact that there's a cloud in the sky or a bird flying across the sky, but just acknowledging that there is a bird in the sky and letting it continue on its path. Just letting it move across that frame of the image in your mind. And so that's all we're doing here. It's just acknowledging the thoughts as they drift in and out of your consciousness. And the beauty of mindfulness is that every time you realize your thoughts have drifted away from the breath, that's it. That's the practice. Sometimes people will tell me that they're very frustrated because they're trying to concentrate on their breath and their thoughts keep drifting to a to-do list or to a worry or remembering something in the past or projecting into something into the future. And then they get frustrated because they realize they've done that. They have to start concentrating on their breath again. And that's it. That's the practice. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So every time you realize that your thoughts have drifted away, instead of getting frustrated and saying, oh gosh, I'm terrible at meditating, say, oh look, I just did it again. I just did the practice again. I accomplished the goal again. And I would just encourage you to do this as many times a day as you need to, even if it's just for a minute at a time. We hear people say that they meditate for an hour every day, or they meditate for 2 hours every day, and that's not possible for everyone, particularly parents or people who are still working from home or people who are taking care of others. But maybe you can just come back to this seated position and pay attention to your breath for 5 minutes, several times a day. What good care you're taking of yourself when you give yourself these couple of minutes of stillness, centeredness, and groundedness. Just letting the clouds and the birds float across the sky. No judgment, no attachment. Just watching them do what they do. And then when you feel ready, just start to bring the awareness back to where you are in this room, whatever room you're in. Maybe growing awareness of the sounds around you. Just be thankful that for these couple of minutes, you showed up for yourself and realize how much more equipped you are to take care of the people that are depending on you or to face the uncertain circumstances that we're all kind of dealing with right now. Come back to this space and hopefully feel a bit of renewal, a bit more calm, a bit more prepared to face whatever comes next. You can rewatch this as much as you need to. I hope you found it helpful. Be well.